Welcome back for another week, folks. It is Monday, May the 3rd, and things are looking pretty good. We had a little shot of rain over the weekend, although it amounted to very, very little. But we do have excellent growing conditions right now. Temperatures are up, soil temperatures are doing really good. Speaking of which, I have a brand new soil thermometer, so thank you, DeKalb. I think you guys just got tired of seeing me advertising Corteva's Tandem on my soil thermometer. But anyways, the barley is coming up really nice. There's the odd one here and there with a little bit of temperature banding stress here, and we haven't really been down below zero the last few days here, so likely what has caused this is just huge temperature swings when we go from, like, you know, say Saturday where we're like a high of basically 20 degrees and then we drop down to 2 degrees at night. Just those huge temperature swings can cause or induce a stress that will do that. But a couple days of good weather and this will just green right up and you'll never even know it happened. Well, now that we've had more moisture and higher temperatures, we are starting to see quite a lot more wild oats in some patches here. This patch here is pretty thick, and as you can see, they are now starting to come into the second leaf stage now, so that is great news for doing pre-burn. We can now get a much better contact on those leaf surfaces. It's no longer just a little stick sticking up. We can actually hit that leaf material. We can get good control. We can come in here and get this field seeded. Well, here's another one of these patches of gopher damage. You can see just how much soil here has blown away. There's like little hoodoos out in the field here. It's just absolutely wild. This is about a little half-acre patch here. So we got some hay and some manure and some soil ready to dump in here and incorporate so that we can get this spot fixed up and it doesn't continue to blow. It's kind of interesting, actually. There's a few bone fragments kicking around here that are probably really ancient. Oh yeah, no way, I finally found my first Indian arrowhead. This is awesome. Well, it's missing its point, but this is the first arrowhead I've actually ever found. It's actually a fairly decent size too, bigger than I expected them to be, but other than the broken tip, looks pretty cool. Well, here we got some barley that is emerging, looking really good. So let's take a quick look, see what she's looking like underground. Looks like we got some pretty good root formation going already here. Yeah, looking pretty good. Don't see any wire worms or anything bugging these ones here. These are, of course, been treated with Cruiser Vibrance Quattro, so we do have wire worm protection on here. And looking very good. These are looking very healthy. They're going to grow really rapidly now. All right, I'm out here with Bryan O'Hara from FMC, and he's going to tell you about his pre-burn options.
Thanks, Lyle. Just talk about some of our precision pack application technology. We have multiple burn-off options in front of cereals. We got NC00439, which would be like an Express Pro. Gives you residual control, Volunteer Canola, a lot of your other tough to kill weeds. We also have DB878, when coupled with AIM, creates our new Intruvix herbicide. So you get a group 2, group 4, group 9, and a group 14, the only 4 mode of action burn-off product on the market. Excellent option for growers fighting kochia and other hard to kill annual weeds. We're seeing a lot of flicksweed, really big flicksweed out in the fields. Excellent option for controlling very large flicksweed.
Great, thank you, Bryan.
Thanks up.
Well, good thing these peas were treated with Cruiser. There is definitely some active wire worms in here. Just digging up about a foot of seed row here, I found 3 wire worms. Well, we had a decent amount of rain last night out by Nobleford area. We had probably close to a ½ inch. I still don't have a rain gauge up, but I'm down here by McGrath now where they only just got a little sprinkle, and you can see we got some lentils emerging here. So these little guys have just come out of the ground the last couple days. Everything looking good so far. They're developing nicely, so these are gonna get going pretty quick here. All right, just checking on some canola seeding progress here down by McGrath, and you can see I got some seed there that I found, and we're about 3/4 to a ½ inch deep here, which is just inside the moisture layer, so should be good there. We got lots of moisture in the forecast in the next week, so I'm really not worried about it drying out in seed roll at this time, not like last year this time. Well, here's some barley just starting to emerge, and it's looking pretty good here so far. And you can see we got a whole pile of Volunteer Canola here. And this field has been treated with Express Pro, which is NC00439 from FMC, and that will control Volunteer Canola. But it doesn't always control it here at the cotyledon stage. You can see this one is perfectly healthy. This one here is damaged and looks like it was just starting to put out its first leaf here. So that is basically what you'll see as the cotyledon kind of matures and the plant starts to rely more upon root uptake, it takes that chemical up into it. So you can see this one here was just starting to emerge those first true leaves, and now you can see it's starting to yellow off. So we will see more control here in the next few days. All right, here by Lethbridge, and here is some canola that has been seeded with precision planter. This was about 3-4 days ago, so the seed hasn't germinated quite yet, but sitting in the moisture at a very good depth. That rain last night probably really helped to get some good moisture in the seed row here, and everything here is looking good, as long as it doesn't get harrowed. Well, the fall rabbi colehearst this week is doing really well. As you can see, it's covering over the rows pretty well, and our fall application of Corex is pretty much suppressed most of the Volunteer Canola and the small weeds, so overall it's still very, very clean. And since this is going for silage, I don't see much reason to spray a herbicide in here this year. Well, there's some flex weeds that are starting to show some herbicide symptoms. This field is going to go into canola, so it has been sprayed with Prospect from Corteva. Prospect has 2 unique ingredients. The main ingredient is haloxafen, which is a group 4, and it is very, very effective on broadleaf weeds. The second ingredient is carfentrazone, which is better known as AIM, and AIM is going to give us a contact burn, contact control. Mix that with glyphosate, and you got a pretty effective pre-burn product for your head of canola. And you can see these flex weeds are going to be totally dead in just a couple days. Here in an irrigated field that's been worked, and I'm just finding some wild oats that are just barely starting to pop out of the surface here. And when you dig them up, this is how deep they're coming from. So it's a really good demonstration of the early season vigor of a wild oat. Well, we're Friday now, and as you can see, we are good and overcast, although at least there's no wind. We do have some pretty substantial rain in the forecast for the next couple days, so we'll have to see what that brings. But right now I'm just checking out a safflower field. This has just been seeded not too terribly long ago, and you can see these seeds are starting to sprout. So these guys are going to be out of the ground here next week sometime, so we'll be able to see them throughout the year. And yeah, pretty interesting crop. It's actually a type of thistle. But yeah, really interesting oilfield crop, and we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.